A battle is brewing over sports highlights being shared on social media. Most professional leagues strictly control the use of game video, routinely filing complaints to protect their copyrights.
And this week, Twitter suspended 2 high-profile accounts that posted sports highlights and bloopers after the NFL, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and others complained. But copyright is just one side of the legal coin. There's also what's known as fair use. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman is here to explain. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think all of us just assume those short clips, those moments of pop culture that we were posting were totally fine. Are they? Does this mean they could be in jeopardy?
They could be in jeopardy. You have to think that an organization like the NFL says, look, I have content here that is worth a lot of money to me, and that I want to protect that content. On the other side of that is this fair use doctrine, and fair use is really to strike a balance between protecting a copyright holder and giving the public access to information. So what is fair use? Because that's the ultimate question. What's the purpose of it? Is it commercial? If it's not commercial, then we have to look at how much of it are you taking. And when you ultimately look at it, you have to say, we're talking about value. How much impact does it have in its value? But it's really simple. It's not just that it's short and sweet. It's what is it used for? Commentary, analysis. And of course, these little clips on social media create commentary and analysis.
They also create conversation, and some people, like the NBA, for example, actually see them as promotional and don't have a problem with them. And then you've got the NFL, which doesn't like them, which is this interesting disparity here.
Well, it is an interesting disparity, and you have it in 2 different personalities, of course. So Adam Silver from the NBA says, oh, come on, fans, be cheerleaders, show that you like the sport. Go ahead, put it up there and say, wow, what a pass. Wow, what a catch. On the other side of that is you can understand the NFL, which says this. Look, if we give them an inch, if we give them just a way to get their way in when they start posting, then ultimately have we given them a yard? Are we driving that ball all the way down to the 10-yard line? So the NFL says we can't just let them post willy-nilly, because it's one thing to do a 6-second vine. It's another thing to do a GIF or a GIF. By the way, the originators of it say it was GIF because they purposefully wanted it to be like Jiffy peanut butter, that it had to do with a slogan and a brand, which was choosy developers choose GIF. But I know it's a debatable issue.
No, it certainly is, and you'll get tweets about it if you don't say it. But
I know.
Let me ask you this. To me, it seems a little bit like whack-a-mole, because you have so many actors in this arena, so many people posting things. How can they really enforce any of it?
Well, you have to do what the NFL and other organizations do. What they do is that they hire third-party companies to strictly police the internet, to police social media. And it's not only for snippets, it's not only for clips, it's also for your logo. So when you have things that look like they could be copyright infringement, then you are permitted to send a takedown notice. One interesting little wrinkle that happened in September, case out of the 9th Circuit, California, you're dealing with the issue of music. Music, the writers of music, very particular about keeping track of it. And they say, hey, if you're going to take a takedown notice, you got to at least consider fair use.
All right, Ricky Kleeman, thanks so much. Fascinating issue.
I know. I like that soundtrack to a baby dancing, though. I really have gotten used to it.